Hi everyone, welcome back. Today in this video, we're going to learn how to determine the rule of a parabola. Now, as you recall from last video, we did talk about parabola have three forms. So if you look at the parabola shape and you know the turning point, okay, and you know another point. So think about if you know a turning point here is, I don't know, 1 and 4 or something, and you know another point somewhere here is -2 and 6, then the best form that you're going to use is the turning point form, which is y equal a x minus h squared plus k. And h and k is the turning point. Then you can substitute the point -2 and 6 in for x and y, and you can solve for A from there. We do example in a minute, okay? If you know the second case, if you know the x-intercept form, so if you know two x-intercept and another point, and one more point and another point, then the best form that you're going to use is the factorized form or the x-intercept form. So if I imagine I have a graph that now this is -1, this is 4 something, and I know one of the point here is 5 and 2. So the best form I use for that would be y equal a x minus n, okay? Which is m and n is -1 and 4. And finally, if you just know three random points, then the best form to use, this is the general form, is y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. So you just substitute 3 points in and you do solving simultaneously. Now we're going to do an example and try to identify for each type. Here I have a parabola have the x-intercept at -3 and 4. So you know that because they give me the x-intercept, I can use the x-intercept form, which is a x minus n, x minus n. Then they say, give me a point, so I can find a later, find the rule of the parabola. All right, so because the x-intercept is -3 and 4, this will be m and this will be n, or either way. Okay, so it's evidence the y equal a, x minus m is -3. So think about minus -3, which is, you can write that as x plus 3. Okay, x minus and n is 4. So x minus 4. Then I has been given a point is 1 and 24. So what I do is I substitute x for 1 and 24 is y. So y is 24 equal a, x is 1 plus 3, 1 minus 4. So 24 equal a times 1 plus 3 equal 4, 1 minus 4 is -3. 4 times -3 give me -12a. So I would have 24 equal -12a. I divided by -12 on both sides. Then, sorry, -12 on both sides. Then I would have a equal -2. Then, therefore, my equation will be y equal -2, x plus 3, x minus 4. Right. Now, the next example, they did give us the turning point, which is 2 and 6, and they give us another point, which is 3 and 3. So the moment that they give you the turning point, you can use the turning point form, which is y equal a x minus h squared plus k. Okay, and turning point 2 and 6, that's h and k. So we sub it in. So we have y equal a x minus 2 squared plus 6. Now they give you a point 3 and 3. So we sub 3 in for x and 3 in for y, and we solve for a. So we have 3 equal a 3 minus 2 squared plus 6. Then we take away 6 on both sides. We would have negative 3 equal a times 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 square equal 1. So a is negative 3. So the answer y equal negative 3 bracket x minus 2 square plus 6. All right. The last one, this is another example. Here they give us they give us 0, 5, the 1, the set. They give us just a random point 1, 4, and negative 1, 10. So if they give you 3 random point, they didn't give you any x-intercept or the turning point, the best form you're going to use is the general form, y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. And what you do is you're going to substitute each point and you solve simultaneously. So 1 and 4. So let's do 1 for x, 4 for y. So 4 equal a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. Okay, so I have 4 equal a plus b plus c. So you're going to leave that equation 1, just leave it here for now. Then you do the same thing for the next point, 0 and 5. Do exactly the same thing. Sub 0 for x, sub 5 for y. So 5 equal a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c. These will become 0, so I end up having 5 equal c. Okay. Then the last point I have is negative 1 and 10. So I would have 10 equal a times negative 1 squared plus b times negative 1 plus c. So 10 equal a. Negative 1 squared is 1 times a. B times negative 1 is negative b plus c. So technically, you have 3 equations. You can solve simultaneously on the, if you have calculator, you can just chuck it in the CAS and solve it. But I want to show you how to do by hand. So c equal 5. So what you do is you're going to replace c as 5 in. So c equal 5. And now we can just solve for a and b. So if c equal 5, we will have 4 equal a plus b plus 5, right? And for this one, we will have 10 equal a minus b plus 5, right? Now, the technique here we can use elimination. So if we take away in between them, think about if you take away between the two equations, the a and the a we cancel out, the 5 and the 5 cancel out, and we can solve for b from there. 4 minus 10 is negative 6. Okay. A minus a will go away. B minus negative b minus and negative is positive. So b plus b is 2b. Like that. 5 and 5. 5 minus 5 cancel out. So you divide it by 2. So negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. So you have b for negative 3. Right? Then you sub it back in. In any equation, you can solve for a. So let's say I pick the first one. So I have 4 equal a plus b plus 5. Then I sub b negative 3 in. 4 equal a minus 3 plus 5. So I plus 3 over minus 5. So 4 plus 3 minus 5 equal a. So 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 minus 5 2. So you have a equal 2. A equal 2, b is negative 3, and c equal 5. So therefore, my equation is y equal 2x squared, b negative 3, negative 3x, and c is 5. Okay. If you in doing VCE and this is the calculator allowed, you could have the faster way. You could have just go to menu. Let me show you menu actions define. So you define the function f of x equal a times x squared plus b times x plus c. Then you would go to menu algebra, so system equations, and then you can use either one or two. Okay. Then I have three equations. Then you click task, then you want to solve for A, B, C. Then what you do, you just substitute each point in as you go. So the first point I have is 1 and 4. So I write f of 1 equal 4, like that. That is a point 1, 4. Okay. The second point is f of 0. When x equals 0, y equals 5. And then the third point is, I think just -1 and 10, like that. So you have 3 points. That's how you do on the cast. And then when you enter, it gives you the value of A, B, C nicely. All right. All right. We're going to do a few more examples underneath here. So pretty much the same thing. If I do the first one, they give me the turning point is 0, 0. So I can use the turning point form y equal a x minus 0 h and k is 0. So x minus 0 squared plus 0, y equal a x squared. Then they give me 2 and 5. I sub it in, I can solve for a. So 2 and 5. So I have 5 equal a times 2 squared, 5 equal a times 4. A will be 5 over 4. Then I have my equations is y equal 5 over 4 x squared. Okay. For B, if you look at B, they give me a point, right? But they give me the turning point again. So I can use the turning point from 0 and 3. So I would use y equal a x minus h squared plus k, and the turning point is 0 and 3. So I pretty much do the same thing. 0 is h and k is y. So y equal a x minus 0 squared plus 3. Then y equal ax squared plus 3. Then I do the same thing. I substitute -3 and 1 in. So I have -3 and 1. 1 equal a times -3 squared plus 3. -3 squared is 9. 9 times a is 9a plus 3. Then -3 over 1 minus 3, -2 equal 9a. You would have a equal -2 over 9. So you have the equation will be y equal -2 over 9 x squared plus 3. All right. For question C, I don't know the turning point, but I know the x-intercept. So you can use x-intercept for question C, which is, let me drop this out. Which is y equal a x minus m is 0 and n is 3. So you can write x minus 0, x minus 3 like that. Then they give you a point, you can just sub it in again. Okay. So I have -1 and 8. So sub x and y. 8 equal a times -1 minus 0, -1 plus minus 3. So 8 equal a times -1 times -4. -1 times -4 is +4. So a equal 4a. A divided by 4 is 2. And there you go. You have an equation, which is y equal 2 x minus 0, you don't x minus 3, and you didn't have to write x minus 0, you can just write 2x minus 0, no need to write, and then x minus 3 like that. Okay. And for D, it's pretty much the same thing, but this time for D, they give you -1 comma 0. That's one of the points. They give me 1 and 2, and they give me 0 and 2. So because I didn't give you another x-intercept, so you have an option here. You can just use the general form like that, and you have 3 points. You can just use y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. subdomain and solving simultaneously for A, B, C.